What is up, Rams House? We've got some absolutely massive news shaking up the 310 today, and you won't believe what's happening at SoFi. From a potential defensive monster arriving to help our pass rush, to some serious red flags regarding our franchise leader under center, and a crushing departure of a veteran favorite to a division rival, things are getting wild. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now because we're breaking down everything you need to know about your Los Angeles Rams immediately. Let's get into it. Myles Garrett is the absolute game changer that could be heading to the 3-1-0 according to some massive intel surfacing around the league recently. When you look at what this defense needs to truly contend in the NFC West, it all starts and ends with a dominant presence on that edge, and the news that the Rams have received crucial information regarding the possibility of acquiring this defensive titan is enough to make any fan in Los Angeles lose their mind. We're talking about a player who doesn't just record sacks, but literally changes the entire geometry of the football field. If the front office pulls this off, it would move our defensive floor to an entirely different stratosphere instantly. The buzz inside the building is palpable because everyone knows that a trade of this magnitude isn't just a regular move. It's a statement of intent to the rest of the NFL that we are coming for another ring. Imagine the pressure he would create alongside our current core, making life impossible for opposing quarterbacks who already struggle with our scheme. This kind of elite talent doesn't become available often, and the fact that the Rams are in the mix for such a generational star shows that the front office is still in full aggression mode to ensure we win now. It's the kind of high-stakes poker that Les Snead loves to play. And if this deal crosses the finish line, the rest of the division is going to be in serious trouble. The defensive impact would be felt from day one, giving our secondary so much more room to breathe and forcing offensive coordinators to stay up all night trying to find a solution that simply doesn't exist. This is the kind of move that turns a playoff hopeful into a legitimate Super Bowl favorite in the blink of an eye. This kid brings a level of violence to the line of scrimmage that we haven't seen in a long time. This is how dynasties are built in the NFL, by making the big swing when the window is open. But while we wait for more updates on the defensive side of the ball, there's some news regarding our offensive leader that is starting to raise some eyebrows across the local media landscape. And honestly, it's a bit concerning for the upcoming season. Yo, are you hyped for this potential defensive upgrade? If you want to see this move happen, smash that like button and comment Rams House below. Matthew Stafford is the focal point of a very uncomfortable conversation right now, after a top NFL specialist raised some major red flags about how our offense is actually clicking. It's one thing for fans to grumble after a bad series, but when league insiders start pointing out a genuine lack of rhythm and efficiency in the passing game, you have to stop and listen. The concern isn't just about a few missed throws. It's about a perceived lack of synchronization between the quarterback and his weapons that has been generating a lot of distrust behind the scenes lately. For a team that relies so heavily on timing and precision, hearing that there's a lack of offensive flow is like hearing there's a leak in the hull of a ship. We know what this veteran is capable of when he's dialed in, but if the efficiency doesn't return to those championship levels soon, the Rams might find themselves in a hole that even a legendary arm can't dig them out of. The expert analysis suggests that the offense looks disjointed, almost like they're running different plays at times, and that's a nightmare scenario in a division as competitive as ours. People are starting to whisper about whether the age or the previous injuries are catching up, or if the scheme just isn't evolving fast enough to keep up with modern defensive adjustments. It's a tense situation because this franchise has bet everything on his ability to deliver under pressure, and any sign of a decline is going to spark a massive wave of panic throughout the fan base. We need that classic gunslinger magic back, and we need it now, otherwise this season could spiral before it even really gets going. This is the kind of move casual fans don't understand, but rhythm is everything in this league. This lack of offensive punch is making everyone in the front office a little nervous as they look at the tape. And speaking of offensive struggles, the situation just got even more complicated because we just lost a massive piece of our security blanket. Is our QB1 still the guy to lead us to a ring? Let me know your thoughts on our offensive rhythm in the comments right now. Tyler Higbee is officially gone, and it's a massive blow to the heart of this offense after he decided to jump ship and sign with a heavy conference rival in free agency. Losing a guy who has been such a reliable target and a key playmaker for so many years is tough enough, but seeing him put on the colors of a direct competitor makes the sting 10 times worse. He leaves a massive void in the tight end room that isn't going to be easy to fill with just anyone. This move wasn't just about the money, It was a strategic loss for the Rams that weakens our depth, while significantly boosting a team we have to go through if we want to reach the postseason. The veterans' ability to find the soft spots in the zone and provide that safety valve for the quarterback was a huge part of our identity. And now that's just gone. We're looking at an empty space in the depth chart where a leader used to be, and it forces the coaching staff to completely rethink how they're going to utilize the middle of the field. Fans are understandably upset because seeing a homegrown talent walk away to a rival is the ultimate sign of a changing of the guard that nobody was ready for. The pressure is now on the younger guys to step up and prove they can handle the workload. But let's be real, you can't just replace that kind of chemistry and experience overnight. It's a cold reminder that the NFL is a business first, but that doesn't make it any easier to watch a fan favorite head out the door to help the enemy. This departure is going to haunt us on Sundays if we don't find a way to replicate his production and his grit in the trenches. Inside the building, this raised serious concerns about our depth. It really feels like the end of an era for that specific part of our offensive unit, and the timing couldn't be worse given the other roster questions. Looking at the big picture, the Los Angeles Rams are at a massive crossroads that will define the next 5 years of the franchise. On one hand, you have the potential arrival of a generational talent in Myles Garrett, which signals that the front office is still all in on winning right now. They aren't interested in a slow rebuild. They want to pair an elite pass rusher with our existing stars to create a defensive unit that can carry this team even when the offense is sputtering. But that brings us to the second, more concerning point, the lack of rhythm from Matthew Stafford and the overall offensive unit. It creates a fascinating but dangerous dynamic. If the Rams spend big to bring in a defensive star, while the offense continues to struggle with efficiency and loses key veterans like Tyler Higbee to division rivals, we could be looking at a team that is incredibly top-heavy, but lacks the cohesion to win a championship. The loss of a safety valve in the tight end position is being underestimated by many national pundits, but here in LA, we know how much that timing meant for the passing game. We are essentially seeing a team trying to replace its reliable floor with a much higher ceiling. It's a gamble that defines the Les Snead era. If the offense can't find its groove and the defense doesn't become legendary with a new addition, the window might slam shut faster than anyone expected. The next few weeks of negotiations and practice are going to be absolutely vital for the future of the Rams house. This is the moment where we see what this team is truly made of under pressure. We aren't just talking about a few roster moves. We are talking about the very soul of the Los Angeles Rams and whether this championship window is still wide open or starting to creak shut. If the front office can land that defensive superstar, it changes everything and puts the rest of the league on notice that SoFi is still the place where dreams go to die for opposing teams. But we need you, the fans, to stay loud and stay engaged as this situation develops. Do you think the trade is worth the risk? Are you worried about the offensive rhythm heading into the new season? This is the kind of off-season drama that separates the real contenders from the pretenders, and you better believe we will be here to cover every single second of it. This is not just another season. This is the pursuit of greatness in the heart of LA. Go Rams!